All right, you guys have decimated the bad guys. People are grieving for their fallen. They're starting to gather together outside. People are um, grabbing the bodies of the goblins and the orc, kind of piling them to the side. Someone has gone to get some flammable materials to kind of burn them, while others have fanned out a bit. The militia's called in. A few of the patrons that were inside have moved out. Drawn weapons. They've formed up ranks, and it's pretty impressive to you guys to see. Just simple townsfolk get together and work with a certain degree of discipline to become a militia and start moving out and or fanning out amongst the houses. They're going from house to house, checking on people. Moving up the road. Towards down towards the mill, down towards the blacksmith. You guys know that you have to make your way back to the inn tonight at some time, but you get a kind of a comforting feeling to know that there's going to be people out there. It looks like they're doubling up the watch. None of the militia are heavily armored. The only armored is like maybe two or three people. One guy has like a chain shirt, another guy has like a leather jerkin on, but all of them are carrying short or long swords, and about a third of them are carrying some sort of ranged weapon, whether it's a light crossbow or a bow of some kind. The people who are not armed, men and women, as I said, are gathering up the bodies, kind of piling them for a fire. Other people have moved off the thing, so it's actually it seems like a well-oiled machine, and gives you an idea of that maybe that these people kind of go through this every once in a while, and this isn't their first uh, their first attack or something to that degree. Um, Adalian and Dordric, do you head back into the tavern at this point, or what?
Um, I will actually make a small fire
Mm-hmm.
as everyone is gathered, and I begin to speak as in a eulogy, because they're cremating, right?
They're
You said.
cremating the monsters, but not the people.
Oh,
The people
okay.
they've
What are we
gathered.
doing with the people?
The people they gather, and they're kind of clean them off, wrap them in shrouds. Uh, uh, while they're
I'm
doing
assisting this
this,
whole time.
okay. Excuse me. While they're doing this, another person arrives with a cart attached to a mule. They lift the bodies up. They put them in the cart, and the cart heads back. Instead of heading to the west side of town, it heads back to the south side of town. Um, but nobody really tells you where they're headed unless you ask.
As the cart gets there, I'm assuming all the families are there, right? Families, friends, all that kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Hmm. But
Okay.
luckily enough, it seems that
Um,
only one of the people has a significant other. The other two were just militia on patrol, but they weren't attached to anybody. It was just the one lady who lost her husband. Go ahead.
I I offer up a prayer prior to the cartman coming and bringing out his dead.
Bring out Shaded!
My Lord guides all people to their proper place in the ongoing cycle of existence. He is the great guide, leading all folk into their next life. Their passing is not a final ending, but the next step in a wondrous ongoing journey. It is but part of life. Fear it not, evade it not. Let us always remember their strivings in life, for they have brought Faerun to where it is now, and to forget them is to forget also where we are now and why.
I couldn't help it.
And at that, I go to the wife and I clasp her hand and I bow deeply.
Sorry, I
And
just
then I
had to.
turn and walk away. Back to the
Okay.
tent.
Yeah,
Okay.
Aldolin,
People touch your shoulder, your arm as you walk past them. They give you a grim smile as a sort of thanks. Some people, thank you personally, that sort of thing. The wife, she's still crying. She's being held by who you assume is either relatives or friends, as she kind of nods her head towards you, in a gesture of thanks as well.
Aldolin, just says quietly to the woman, uh, Rillifane's blessing on your husband. His spirit is safe and free in green woods. And then she turns and heads back to the tavern.
Okay, we'll jump back into the tavern.
We are chowing down.
I'm like
I'll remove the orcs
taking
now.
little bits of food, but I look really like I'm feeling very awkward with all the attention.
Gotcha.
The first
Yeah, I'm
thing
not real comfortable
Aldolin
with
does.
attention either.
Dordric and Aladdin, as you head inside, you can see that there's it's not as crowded as it was before. Some of the people have moved out, that sort of thing, but there is a few people that have they kind of clap and cheer and offer you their thanks and that sort of thing. They gesture towards a table where you see the other two sitting, as you're offered food and drink.
Aldolin, the first thing she does is she goes back to her table and she looks at her bottle of wine, which is lying flat on the table, and most of it's run out onto the table and floor. And she picks it up and measures how much is left, and then she sighs and sits down, and then she glances from the bottle to the table, and there's like a puddle on the table, and she looks like she's thinking of, like, she leans forward as if she's gonna suck up the wine with her lips, and then she thinks better of it and she just takes a long swig from the bottle.
Okay.
So, can I assume we've got food in front of us?
Yes, there is plenty of food, and there's also there's at least two different bottles of alcohol and mugs of ale in front of you as well. And as soon as the other two come inside, they're also ushered over to the table. I'll move Vicky over there.
I am eating like I haven't eaten in like years. I'm like
and
chowing down.
offered the same.
What's your name? I say to the one girl.
Me?
Yeah.
So you guys are actually at this table here.
Okay.
We'll let them have their conversation, then we'll come in. I'm assuming that they'll converse quite a bit before we get there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I look off to the right and then back to Lexa. I'm Zirana. You can call me Zira. But, hi.
Hi. That's a cool name. I like it. I'm Lexa.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you seem cool enough. You obviously don't care I'm dark skinned, so we're good. Are you gonna eat that?
Oh, no. I've met all kinds, so it's okay. Oh, yeah, sort of, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of hungry. But if
Hey,
you want
free
some, you
food,
can have some.
you gotta take advantage of it. You just gotta take advantage when you got free food. I'm telling you, because you never know when you might not have a meal next.
Oh, I usually cook my own meals, so.
You cook?
I look off to the right again. Yeah. I used to cook at home with my mom.
Oh, that must have been nice.
Yeah.
So you can make all kinds of food?
I was about to say that.
Yeah. That's it.
Awkward. I think that's bad. We need to meet her invisible friend.
And you can fight, huh?
Yeah, well, I grew up in a tavern, and my father, he didn't like a girl alone, so, in case he couldn't help, he made sure that I could defend myself. And I
Always
just
good.
kind of liked it.
Lots of assholes out there. You gotta make sure you can defend yourself.
Yeah, I really took to the training, and it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And when she says that, you see like her eyes like sparkle, like she really enjoys it.
Okay, at this point, well, the other two characters entering the tavern, and you are shown to places at the table there. So if you guys want to take up, 2 spaces, that's fine.
So that's when Aldalyn, ruefully looks at her spilled wine, and then she picks up what's left and takes it with her.
Cool.
Good, that means I got there first, so my back's not to the door.
So you guys come up to us.
Well, they don't come up to you as much as they are kind of shuttled your way, as they're offered seats and then offered ale. Another bottle of wine is set down, as well as another plate of food.
Oh, can we get some more of those those little cheese things that you have?
Absolutely. Someone says.
Thank
Someone
you.
walks away from the table. Is like, they would like another cheese wheel. All right, come in right up.
I reach down into my belt pouch and I pull out a piece of canvas, which is about a foot and a half by a foot and a half. I slowly open it up on the table and I take my share of the food. I put it in the canvas. I wrap it up and I put it back in my sack, in my belt pouch.
Handy idea.
You're not hungry?
I will eat it later.
Okay.
Um,
I pull my drink up
Aldalyn,
to
when
my face and sip.
the other bottle of wine is put down, she gets this expression of delight on her face, and then she kind of sits back and sighs, and all of a sudden she looks really tired, and she takes several long swigs of wine and then starts just stuffing her face with food. And after a few minutes, when she's kind of made a lot of the food disappear, then she kind of sits up and looks a little bit more alert, and then she gets up, pushes back her chair, and accidentally knocks it over, gets up and rights it, and she walks around to the table to Dordrak and says, Sir, I'm sorry, I forgot what you told me your name was, but you saved my life, and I owe you my life. I want to thank you and tell you that if ever I can repay you, I will.
It was not your time to pass. You owe me no thanks.
You're a pretty good fighter, creepy dude.
That's really very kind of you.
There is one here who I have not met. I am Doldrick. He extends his hand slowly to Zira.
Oh, sorry. I'm Serena. You can call me Zira.
Oh,
Very well,
Sorry.
Zira.
Smile, like really tentative, and kind of reach my hand kind of slow because you're kind of creeping me out.
It is fortuitous the four of us were here this evening, for I am sure if any one of us was not here, the ending would have been drastically different.
yeah, we sure made a good team, and I was deep in thought and didn't, I was still in, unnamed comrades eating together mode and not an introduction mode. I'm Alderaan.
I have noticed that the town folk did not react as this is a new thing. My intuition states that they have had this problem in the past. In the recent past.
As you guys
Yeah, they
start getting
certainly
more into a
seem
conversation
very
amongst yourselves, you notice that the crowd around you is kind of thinned out and has gone back to drinking and that sort of thing. The two barmaids get to work with a bucket and some sponges and start scrubbing the blood, the orcish blood, off the floors. A couple patrons make some snide comments about it, and they laugh and that sort of thing. And it goes back to a feeling of camaraderie in the tavern. Okay, go ahead.
This place isn't so bad.
By this time, Alderaan has drained the bottle of wine that she purchased, and then she happily uncorks the other, and she brings it to her lips, but then she glances around at the others, and then instead she takes a mug and pours a mug full of wine.
Okay.
So, Alda, there, you like elven wine, huh?
Yeah, I kind of have a weak spot for fine wines. She kind of takes several gulps from her mug, especially
I don't know what kind it is.
especially after a battle.
Do you want me to ask?
There is no shame in enjoying your life, for every moment is precious.
Hey, that's a good point. Yeah, I like that.
I don't know what he looks like under his mask. No, I'm not going to ask.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Right. Okay. You could ask him.
I wave my hand over my shoulder like I'm swatting something away.
I'm really watching you now. Because I'm wondering if there's some spirit there or something. Some ghost.
By this time, Aldelyn has finished her mug and poured herself another, and she says, "Well, let's see, 5 goblins and 3 orcs. That's pretty good. I just wish I'd been able to do more of them in myself, but I guess we made a pretty good team, especially you, Dorvic. I mean, I'd be dead if it weren't for you." And she picks
Yeah,
up a little.
you thanked him already.
It was not your time to pass into the afterlife. There is no reason to thank me.
Aldelyn kind of pauses and squints at Dordrecht and says, "Whoa, how much have I had to drink? I could have sworn you said that before." And she takes a gulp of her second mug of wine.
So I'm just curious. Alda, where are you, are you from an elvish clan, or are you from the city?
Oh, I'm not from a big city. It's just my home village is in the oh, sorry, out of character. What was the elven word called again?
Cormorant there. Or however you pronounce it, I'm not
My
sure.
home village.
You
my
can just
home
make up
village
a
is,
name of a village. That's fine. But it's in
Yeah, I
the
think I'll
Rocky
borrow-
Point.
yeah, it's in the Great Woods,
Yeah.
Cormorant there. So Yeah, in the woods, it stretches on for miles and miles and miles. If you think of, Lord of the Rings terms, the Mirkwood, how huge it is, it's like that.
Alright, I think I'll just, yeah, right, I know. I think I'll just borrow a name from a book series I like.
That's fine.
I'm from a little village in, Elven Village in Cormont there called, Three Firs. And there's 3 really big fir trees, and that's what it's named for. They're, like, older than I am, actually.
Fur is murder!
Yeah, I'm young. I'm young for an elf,
Right.
And she starts to get a little sleepy, and then she perks up a little bit and says, yeah, my family is, they're like the most important thing in the world to me, and, I
That's
wanted
nice.
to go and be a paladin.
I'm gonna
and
go
I-
get
yeah.
some more drink from the bar.
I always, whatever glory I earn in battle is not only mine, but my family's too. And, boy, that was a great fight. And she takes another swig. I,
I sit back down.
One of the goblins has gotten away. There's an opportunity for us to follow it to wherever it went. In the
oh
morning,
yeah, that's right, I was
let
really
us
mad, but
find
you know
a
what?
tracker.
Oh, I can track. I'm a good tracker. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go in the morning, but not too early, because when I drink, I usually sleep kind of late.
Yeah, but
Georgia
you're an elf.
stands
You're
up.
not gonna sleep more than like 4 hours, and you don't even sleep. Just don't have a hangover, and you're fine.
The creature has had a partial moon head start. Perhaps we should go now.
You want to go with Miss Fighter Girl that's been drinking like 3 bottles of wine? I mean, feel free, but
Oh. Yeah, we could go now. I won't be quite as um, as alert for tracking, but we do have some moons, so I'll probably be able to see even though I'm a little bit drunk, a lot.
I'm just sitting there, eyes wide, just like eyes moving to each person as they talk. Take little nibbles of drink and food every so often.
And you're right, I don't sleep much.
So are you confident in your abilities, or do we need to seek out someone else?
oh, Mr. Demanding here says we need to go now. Apparently.
No, I can go. It's all right. Here, hold on a sec. Sometimes when I drink and then I figure out I shouldn't have drunk because there's something I'm supposed to do now. Hold on a sec. And she grabbed some food off the table and like even more yeah, like even more piggishly than before, she just sort of stuffs food in her face and her cheeks are bulging and she like gulps it down and almost chokes and washes it down with some more wine and then she's like, there. Okay. When eating sometimes kind of helps balance me out. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
I don't think
I
there's
should
a
be good.
single
The
one of
fresh
you
air
that's
will wake
mentally
me up.
stable enough to take command here.
Probably true.
Dude, I'm mentally stable. I'm just
All right.
intense.
It's like, what was that movie with the crazy people who went out? It was Michael Keaton and Christopher Lloyd. You know what I'm talking about? It was like escape mental patients, and they went out on the town for the day. God, what was the name of that movie? I can't think of it.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, that was Jack Nicholson. I'm talking about later on. It
I
was,
want to watch
Alright.
this movie though. Especially if it's like us.
Yeah, it was a comedy.
I know what you're
Can't
talking
remember.
about, though.
Oh man, now it's gonna kill me.
But Aldalyn pushes herself back from the table and stands up and says, "Oh, okay."
Sorry. Can I interrupt for a minute?
Speak up, girl. Speak up. You can kill things with that sword.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
I don't
you,
have a sword.
Soldari, the
Or
dream team.
long thingamajig.
Yes.
Breathe.
So,
That's the name of the
was
movie, guys.
just
The Dream Team.
thinking-
If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you watch it because you're playing it out in real time right now.
Okay. So, Dordrick said that it looks like, maybe this isn't the first time that this has happened. So, maybe if we talk to, like, the town elders or something, maybe they'll know where these attacks are coming from, and it might give us more information before we go gallivanting off into the distance without info. Sorry, it was just an idea.
Oh, that's actually
Dordrick slowly nods once.
not a bad idea. I'm not thinking too clearly right now. I'll be better in a minute, but maybe somebody else should do that while I think I'll go get a breath of fresh air.
So our chit-chatty girl decided she can't do it. Most people don't like to talk to me. So, Zira, how are you with talking to people? You got the sweet innocent thing going.
I like wave my hands in front. No, I'm not very good at that.
Aldalyn has kind of slowly, swayingly walked partway towards the door by now, but you can still call her back if you want her to do the talking.
Dordrick gets up, walks over to Leafroy.
Okay.
Leafroy.
Oh, hello, good sir. 1 second. He sets down a glass he's been polishing, and says a few words to the person you're having a conversation, and walks over to you. So how can I be of service to such a brave hero?
Who is in charge of this town?
No one really in charge. Is Council of Elders that we kind of live to. I'm on that board. What can I do for you?
We would like to know if these events have happened in the past.
What, you mean the raid?
Yes.
Oh yeah, every once in a while we get a little raid of the goblins and the orcs coming down here. They raid our fields and try to take some of our goods and whatnot for themselves. And they're a little early this year though. They usually wait until the harvest has been had. I don't understand why they're a bit early, just by a few days, but maybe their timing's off or something.
I move in, like, just behind Dordrick.
Okay.
And I peek around him and kind of wave and... Hi.
One escaped. We wish to track him down. We are looking for any additional information you can provide that may lead us to where the lair is.
Well, I'm not quite sure where their lair is. I mean, I can tell you which way they're coming from. They're coming up from the south. You might want to try tomorrow. Head out to the priest place. They've got a few youngsters that like to traverse around that area. Maybe you can find out from them. They may have seen where they're coming from or know a bit more than I do.
Must it wait till the morn?
Oh yeah, it wouldn't bother them. Tomos, he's usually up by the dawn, and it gets his kids going, and his wife Gladys, she's wonderful. She makes the nicest muffins. But yeah, I'd wait for morning for them. I mean, we're no immediate danger. We've doubled the guard. The militia's out walking around. You're quite safe if you need to go home, or back to the inn if you need to. We can arrange a guard for you, but it doesn't look like you need it, right? And he kind of goes to try to jokingly slap you, but his arms are woefully short, being the halfling that he is, and the nice round belly that keeps him away from the bar.
I slowly watch his hand come close to me, and then slowly watch it retreat, looking back in the eye.
So,
He has a big
what
jovial
is
smile on his face.
name?
Who? The farmer.
The priest, you said?
Priest. No, that's his last name, Tomos Priest.
Oh,
Right,
sorry.
it sound like priest sometimes, I guess. But no, it's priest, Preece, priest. They're wonderful people.
And his farm is where again?
It's right in the south of town. If you're heading back to you probably saw it when you're living at, or you're staying down at the inn down there. It's right south, sort of southwest of you. You're not gonna miss it. Just look for the fields, and you'll see the big farmhouse out there. You'll see the silo or something.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you so much for the help. I mean, I'm just a bit too old to be jumping orcs nowadays. I mean, back in those days, I was pretty good with a dagger, if you know what I mean. But I can't be doing that anymore. I've got a business to run and whatnot. So, hey, you guys just have your fill. The rest of it's on the house. Because tomorrow, we'll have to start running a tab. And he laughs a bit and winks at you. Says, now, you have a good night, missy. And he goes back to conversation with some of the people.
He's walking away, and I'm like, thank you.
You're welcome. It's my accent's all over the place on that one.
You're Australian, a little bit of Irish in there.
I know.
Baby ate your dingo. Dingo ate your baby.
Eldolin has gone outside by this time.
Okay. She's like vomiting in the street.
No, she's just like breathing some fresh air, doing a little Elvis trance to steady her nerves and her brain.
So you're going into an Elvis trance and like on the stairs in front of the tavern?
No, I'm not actually like doing my sleeping thing. I'm just like doing a little, humming to myself, a little meditation, smelling the trees.
If somebody to walk out right now, you're kind of holding on to the railing of the stairs leading down, breathing in and out, going, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Trying not to throw up. Is that your trance?
No, I'm not that drunk.
So, we're all gonna go look for them tomorrow?
Sounds like
Very well.
So are you
So-
guys staying at the inn then? Did you want to meet there and go to the priest's farm together?
sure. Sounds like a good plan, safer in numbers and all.
She gives like a little bit of a smile, like, okay, cool. So, we'll meet in the morning. Does someone need, is your friend still gonna come? Is she gonna be okay?
I don't know her. All this probably will be okay.
I made the map for the
I'll
inn
go
so
out.
you guys can see it. So we'll hop over there real quick. Alright. As you guys enter in, this is kind of a cloak room. You can see There's mud and there's a burlap kind of rug that you wipe your boots on, that sort of thing. As you guys enter in, it opens up and you can see Stutton's behind the desk there. He's got a tray of little, cookies and biscuits they leave out. There's the guest book and whatnot. Ygel's there. There's a few people that are traveling merchants that are by the fire, that sort of thing.
I will see you 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Go to my room.
Okay.
This is hard.
I go sit on the couch.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying.
I
Kind of
won't be
watching
going to
her
bed
out.
for- I won't be going to bed for a while because she kind of plonks down on the couch next to Lexa. Because, I only need like 4 hours of rest, so I think a nice sit down and go to fly would be nice.
Wonder what like
Enjoy.
Elven hangovers like.
I go over to the two girls and I say, thank you. It was good to meet you, and I'll see you in the morning. Yes.
Yeah, sounds like the plan.
Going to bed now?
Okay. Well, yes. I need to get some rest before the morning, in case we have to fight again. Cause
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
so yes. Good night. Nice to meet you.
Nice.
Good night.
And she walks away and head towards her room, and as she does, she's like muttering something and looking off to her right, like she's talking to somebody.
Okay.
Oh, did I forget to bring the rest of the wine with me? I can't believe I did that. They probably put it away by now, back in the shelf.
I'm sure you could walk back over there if you wanted to. I'm gonna
No.
take Gouda upstairs. I'll see you in the morning.
See you.
Alright guys, I think it's a good place to leave off, and we'll pick it up next week.
Oh, really? That's only
Yep.
like 10:38 my time.